Gaius Octavius was born on September 23, 63 BC in Velletri, a town just south of Rome. Though his family was wealthy, they were not part of Rome's most powerful aristocracy. His father, also named Gaius Octavius, was a senator and governor. His mother, Artia, was the niece of Julius Caesar. Despite his family's political connections, Octavius spent his early years in relative obscurity. He received a traditional Roman education, focusing on rhetoric, literature, and martial arts. However, his life was forever changed with the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. Upon Caesar's death, his will revealed a shocking surprise. Octavius, his grandnephew, was named as his adopted son and heir. This unexpected turn of events thrust the 18-year-old Octavius into the heart of Roman politics. He inherited Caesar's vast wealth, his loyal legions, and the mantle of his legacy. Octavian, though young and inexperienced, displayed remarkable political acumen. He skillfully navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics, using Caesar's legacy and the loyalty of his legions to consolidate his power. His ambition, however, would soon put him on a collision course with Mark Antony, Caesar's trusted general. In 43 BC, the Roman Republic was on the brink of collapse, teetering under the weight of internal strife and external threats. The assassination of Julius Caesar had left a power vacuum, propelling Rome into chaos. It was against this tumultuous backdrop that Octavian, Mark Antony, and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus formed the Second Triumvirate. The alliance was born out of necessity rather than genuine camaraderie. Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, sought to secure his position and avenge his adoptive father's death. Mark Antony, a loyal supporter of Caesar, aimed to consolidate his power and maintain his influence over Rome's legions. Lepidus, the least ambitious of the three, sought to leverage his military command to gain a foothold in the new power structure. The Lex Titia, enacted in November of 43 BC, formalized their coalition, granting them extraordinary powers and the authority to rule as a triumvirate. Their primary objective was to defeat the forces aligned with Caesar's assassins, Brutus and Cassius, who had fled to the eastern provinces. The triumvirate quickly set about purging their political enemies, initiating a series of proscriptions that saw many prominent Romans, including Cicero, executed. However, the alliance was fraught with tension from the outset. Octavian and Antony, both harboring their own ambitions, viewed each other with suspicion. Territory and resources became points of contention as each sought to expand their influence. Antony's liaison with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, further complicated matters as it raised questions of loyalty and the future direction of Rome. As the triumvirate's power grew, so did the rifts between its members. By 33 BC, the fragile alliance had begun to crumble, setting the stage for an inevitable confrontation. The political landscape of the era was one of shifting allegiances and ruthless ambition, where power was the ultimate prize and trust was a rare commodity. With the stage set for a final showdown, the fate of Rome hung in the balance. The ambitions and rivalries that had once united Octavian and Antony now drove them towards a conflict that would forever alter the course of history. The final confrontation between Octavian and Antony took place at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. This battle was not just a mere clash of fleets, but a decisive moment that would shape the future of the Roman world. The stakes were incredibly high, with the control of Rome and its vast territories hanging in the balance. This decisive naval battle, fought off the coast of Greece, marked a turning point in Roman history. The waters of the Ionian Sea became the stage for a dramatic showdown that would echo through the ages. The strategic location of Actium was chosen for its tactical advantages, providing a perfect setting for Octavian's forces to engage their enemies. Octavian's forces, led by the skilled Admiral Agrippa, outmaneuvered and crushed Antony and Cleopatra's fleet. Agrippa's brilliance in naval warfare was evident as he executed maneuvers that left Antony's forces in disarray. The battle was fierce, with ships ramming into each other, soldiers fighting hand-to-hand, and the air filled with the sounds of clashing weapons and war cries. Actium was a resounding victory for Octavian, cementing his position as the undisputed ruler of Rome. The triumph was celebrated with great fervor in Rome, as Octavian's supporters hailed him as the savior of the Republic. This victory not only solidified his power, but also marked the end of a turbulent period of civil wars that had plagued Rome for years. Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, where they both committed suicide. Their tragic end marked the fall of two of the most influential figures of the ancient world: Cleopatra, the enigmatic queen of Egypt, and Antony, the once powerful Roman general, saw their dreams of an Eastern empire crumble. Their deaths symbolized the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. Octavian, now the master of Rome and its vast territories, stood on the cusp of a new era. With his victory at Actium, he laid the foundation for the Roman Empire, transforming the Republic into an imperial state. Octavian, who would later be known as Augustus, ushered in a period of relative peace and stability known as the Pax Romana. His reign marked the beginning of a golden age for Rome, characterized by prosperity, architectural achievements, and cultural advancements. The legacy of his leadership would endure for centuries, shaping the course of Western civilization. After the decisive Battle of Actium, where Octavian emerged victorious over Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Octavian, ever the shrewd politician, eschewed the title of king or dictator, opting instead for the more palatable title of Augustus, meaning revered or exalted. This title was carefully chosen to reflect his new status and the respect he commanded. He presented himself as a restorer of the Republic, even as he consolidated power into his own hands. Augustus was a master of political maneuvering, understanding that overt displays of power could lead to unrest. Augustus understood the power of imagery and propaganda. He commissioned numerous statues, reliefs, and coins bearing his likeness, all designed to reinforce his image as the benevolent leader of Rome. He skillfully used his position to promote an image of peace, stability, and prosperity. Through various public works and reforms, he sought to improve the lives of Roman citizens, ensuring their loyalty and support. His reign marked the beginning of the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity that would last for over 2 centuries. This era saw the expansion of Roman infrastructure, including roads, aqueducts, and public buildings. The Pax Romana allowed for the flourishing of trade, arts, and culture. Roman marketplaces bustled with activity, and daily life in ancient Rome was marked by a sense of security and stability. Augustus's vision and leadership laid the foundation for an empire that would endure for centuries, shaping the course of Western civilization. The Pax Romana, Latin for Roman peace, was a period of remarkable peace and prosperity that spanned over 2 centuries. Under Augustus and his successors, Rome experienced a golden age of stability, economic growth, and cultural flourishing. Augustus's reforms and policies laid the foundation for this era of unprecedented peace. He restructured the Roman army, reformed the tax system, and embarked on ambitious building projects. His reign saw the construction of roads, aqueducts, and grand public buildings, transforming the city of Rome into a magnificent capital. Augustus was not only a shrewd politician and military strategist, but also a visionary builder and reformer. He understood that the longevity of his rule depended on establishing a stable and prosperous empire. He implemented numerous reforms, including the establishment of a professional standing army, the creation of a centralized administration, and the implementation of a standardized currency system. His building projects, including the Forum of Augustus and the Pantheon, transformed the city of Rome into a lasting symbol of imperial grandeur. Augustus died in AD 14 after a reign of over 4 decades. He left behind a legacy as one of the most influential figures in Roman history. His transformation of Rome from republic to empire had a profound and lasting impact on the course of Western civilization. His reign marked the beginning of the Roman Empire, a period of unprecedented power, prosperity, and cultural influence. His legacy continues to be felt today in our laws, our language, our architecture, and our political systems. The life and times of Emperor Augustus offer a captivating glimpse into one of the most fascinating periods in human history. His journey from obscure patrician to the first emperor of Rome is a tale of ambition, political maneuvering, military triumphs, and ultimately, the transformation of a civilization. I encourage you to delve deeper into the annals of Roman history and discover the captivating stories of the men and women who shaped one of the greatest empires the world has ever known. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history on History Uncovered. We're passionate about bringing you the stories and events that have shaped our world, and we're thrilled you're along for the ride. If you enjoyed this episode and want to explore more historical tales, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating content that dives deep into the past. We'd also love to hear your thoughts and suggestions, so feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next adventure through history.